All right, and we are live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat back there in the Philippines. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in South Carolina, USA. Wherever you may be, good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa inyong lahat. And of course, it is very important that today you are viewing us through our live stream. It might be on YouTube, it might be on Facebook, because right now we are going to have our discussion of general education, professional education, for the questions that we had yesterday. Okay, so again, let me repeat this. We have already changed the way we do things. So again, on Saturdays, we are going to have just the questions that will still be at 7 p.m. Make sure that you are already in front of your devices before 7 p.m. so that you may be able to see all the questions that we have. So again, the questions are no longer going to be read because no one's going to read the questions for you in the lab. Okay, so the questions that we have are all timed because the let is also time bound, so you're actually also fighting against time, and so we have given you a minute. Okay, a minute for each of the non-computational questions, and of course 2.5 minutes for the math questions. Okay, so yun po yung magiging sistema natin. And of course, you need to be using the answer sheets that we have provided you para na din po mahasa kayo into shading. Okay, so kailangan din po marunong kayo mag-shade when you are taking the LEP. All right, and then of course, right after the Saturday session, you need to post your answers on as comment on our Facebook page post stating the date of that live stream, okay? So that you can be part of our top 10, okay? Of course, wala naman tayong premyo as of now, pero bragging rights yun na rin yun, okay? Maging motivation sana yun sa inyo to do better and to do well, okay? So that's going to be every Saturday. And of course, by Sunday, we are going to have our discussion. For the discussion, we are going to have the replays, but again, Saturday sessions won't have any replays anymore. All right, now, so again, that's for our general instructions for GenEd and ProfEd discussion and also for our schedule in this month of September. Okay, but before we start tonight, of course, we need to start with an opening prayer. And this time, since it's a Sunday, this prayer is given to us by Ma'am Eunice Carbajal. Okay, so please join me in our opening prayer.
Magandang gabi sa ating lahat. Ngayon, hayaan niyong samahan niyo ako sa panalangin. Iyuko natin ang ating mga ulo at tayo'y dumako sa presensya ng Panginoon. Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa panibagong buwan na ibinigay niyo po sa amin para mas maghanda, Panginoon, sa susunod na taon para sa LET. We pray na sa mga pag-uusapan po namin ngayon, test items na tinake po kahapon, we pray na mas lalo po namin maunawaan, Lord, yung mga i-discuss ni Ma'am Mek, at salamat sa panibagong pagkakataon para matutong muli. Panginoon, maraming salamat sa lahat ng biyayang pinagkakaloob mo sa bawat isa sa amin. Salamat at hindi mo po kami pinapabayaan at walang sinuman, Panginoon, yung hinahayaan mo na maghirap. Pagkus, Panginoon, you provide everything for us. Thank you at salamat din sa buhay ni Ma'am Mek at sa mga kasama din po namin sa Gurong Pinoy na through them ay natututo din po kami. Muli, Panginoon, ikaw na nga po ang bahala sa amin through this discussion for the upcoming acquaintance party. We pray na makapaghanda din po yung mga kasali at magkaroon din po kami ng time, Panginoon, para makita yung talent ng isa't isa. Salamat po sa lahat ng biyaya mo. Tunay na napakabuti mo sa bawat isa sa amin. Even though meron pa rin COVID, thank you dahil pinapanatili niyo po kami ligtas. This we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right. So again, atin pong pinasasalamatan si Pastor Efren Esteban for our Saturday prayers, and of course si Ma'am Eunice Carbajal naman para sa ating mga prayers po every Sunday. Okay? So silang dalawa po ay talagang nag-volunteer para tulungan tayo para mag-prepare nga, no, sila yung nagpo-provide sa atin ng ating prayers on Saturdays and Sundays. All right, now Ma'am Eunice has mentioned the acquaintance party, and you all know that this is going to be next Saturday. Okay, so next Saturday na po, we are going to have our first online acquaintance party. That's on a Saturday, September 12, 2020, 7 p.m. PH time, okay? And of course, our theme is learn, earn, and join the fun. We have 4 competitions. That would be your t-shirt design contest, spoken poetry, singing, and TikTok dance challenge. Now remember the t-shirt design contest. Those who have already enlisted their names to join the t-shirt design, you are asked to please send us your designs by Wednesday so that we can already prepare it, so that I can flash it on the screen as you explain your design. Okay, so that's going to be for the t-shirt design. Your due for your design for the t-shirts, that's going to be this Wednesday. Now, the spoken poetry, of course, it can be of any topic. It can be Filipino, it can be English, it can be Taglish. Okay, and for all the mechanics, you have that as a post in our Facebook page. I would also be posting later the names of those people who've already enlisted. Okay, so in each competition, as well as the mechanics that we have. Now, we also have, of course, singing. Pwede din po Filipino, pwede din pong English. Okay, so pwedeng a cappella, pwede din merong accompaniment, pero dapat walang vocals yung accompaniment. Okay, and then, of course, your TikTok dance challenge, nandun din po yung mechanics. I will be reposting it later. And then many of you are requesting, those of you who would like to join the TikTok dance, you want it to be not live. Okay, so I'd like you to just send me your TikTok videos by Thursday. So Thursday naman po para sa ating TikTok dance challenge, para po maayos ko, malagay ko sa slide, or magawan ko ng playlist. All right, so that's for all the competitions that we are going to have on Saturday. This is going to be very fun, and we are going to have a great time together. And of course, we are enjoying all of you. We are asking all of you to please join us and have the fun, and also to earn money, because we are going to be giving cash prizes. Okay, so t-shirt design again, that's on a Wednesday. Magbigay na po kayo ng inyong designs on Wednesday. Spoken poetry and singing are going to be live. And of course, your TikTok dance challenge, you can send your videos by Thursday. I will be reposting the mechanics as well as the names of our contestants later tonight. Okay? Now, as I have mentioned, we are going to have cash prizes, and we've been asking our friends to give us some amount, to share some amount to us, so that we can give you our cash prize. But if there are any of you, okay, kung meron sa inyo na medyo nakakaluwag-luwag, pwede din naman kayo mag-share ng inyong blessings. Okay, pwede din po kayong maging sponsor natin. Especially, encourage namin yung mga may business, may mga YouTube channels, dahil syempre, i-advertise po namin yan. Okay, so that is for Saturday. And so, make sure that you join us. Sali na po kayo later. Okay, and I will be posting the mechanics later. Okay, so those of you who are all asking, I'll be posting the mechanics later. All right, now we start with today's activity, but again, make sure that you become a member of GROW. GROW po is Gurong Pinoy Review Online Work Group. This is our exclusive FB group. It is very cheap to become a member of GROW. There's only 500 pesos through Palawan, Cebuana, ML, or you can also send it through super chat, super sticker in our YouTube channel during our live stream, just like Sir Bernardo did last night. Okay, so po pwede din po super sticker. And of course, this is just a one-time payment. So napaka-affordable po nito and napaka-worth it. Okay, so nandun po lahat ng mga materials natin, kahit na walang live o walang replay yung Saturday live streams natin, nandun pa rin po yung materials nyo, at lahat ng mga ginagamit ng materials for discussion, and of course the secret materials will also be sent through GROW. Okay, so what are you waiting for? Become a member of GROW, grow with us, and pass the lead through Gurong Pinoy. All right, now we are going to start with our discussion today or tonight. Okay, but before that, please do like this video, people. Those of you who are on YouTube, paki-like na po ng ating video. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, make sure that you react to this video. So mag-heart, mag-thumbs up, mag-wow na po kayo dyan. And of course, please don't forget to share our video. Okay, share our video. You can do that by starting a watch party. You can also tag your friend. You can post it on your Facebook account. You can share it in any of the groups that you have in preparation for the LEP. Okay, so don't forget to share our video, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel in our YouTube. If you're watching us on Facebook, sa YouTube po, marami tayong mga videos that can help you pass the LEP. Okay, we have a playlist for GenEd. We have a playlist for ProfEd. And of course, we have our playlist for live stream, GenEd and ProfEd, live discussions natin na playlist. Okay? All right, so we are going to start now with our discussion. So again, make sure next time na meron na po kayong answer sheets on a Saturday and that nakatutok po kayo. Huwag po kayong maglalagay ng inyong answer sa ating comment box, sa ating chat box. Kapag live po tayo on a Saturday, mag-focus po kayo sa question dahil time po ang ating question. Okay? And then, of course, you need to practice shading. Okay, but for now, we are going to start our discussion. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'll be flashing the question, then you send your answer for that question. Okay, and then, of course, I will be discussing the answer. We start with question number 1. Okay, number 1. Ano yung sagot nyo for GenEd number 1? Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Okay, send nyo na po yung answer nyo. All right, the people on YouTube are answering with the letter B. Dito naman sa Facebook, what do you have? Good evening po sa lahat ng mga nandito sa Facebook. Okay, anong answer nyo sa sa number 1 on Facebook? Okay, karamihan sa inyo, letter B. We go back to our question. Even when her friends betrayed her, Perla bears no rancor in her heart because she is not embarrassed, bitter, consoled, or insulted. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter B, that's bitter. Okay, letter B po, bitter is the correct answer. Okay, excuse Sir Ram, no, pa merong kinukuha sa kwarto, pabalik-balik. That's my husband, Sir Ram Naay. Okay, so letter B, bitter is the correct answer for question number 1. Bitterness, meron kang rancor in your heart dahil binitray ka ng friend mo, inagaw yung jowa mo. Okay, so bitterness, there's rancor. But of course, we know that this is not good for our health. So wag na po kayong maging bitter. Napakabilis po ng buhay. And of course, sa lahat ng mga nangyayari sa buhay natin ngayon, we have no time to dwell in the past, no? Kung anumang mistakes ginawa sa atin ng ibang tao, mag-move on na po. Smile, forgive them, and be at peace with yourself. Okay, so bitter, that's the correct answer for question number 1. All right, number 2. Please send me your answers for number 2. Number 2, please. Bitter ikaw minsan, Sir Loreto. Bakit naman? Okay, question number 2. Please send me your answers. All right, a lot of people on YouTube are answering letter A for question number 2. Yung YouTube teamwork, pare-pareho yung answer, lahat ng letter A. Okay, here on Facebook, there's A. Some people are also answering with letter C. May A and C. Let's find out the correct answer. Okay? For number 2, you are given a statement and you are asked for the figure of speech. Okay? If you want the moon, I will get it for you. This is an example of hyperbole, irony, synecdoche, or personification. Now, if you haven't watched it yet, we have a video in the GenEd playlist of Kurong Pinoy. We have a video there talking about all the figures of speech, and meron din pong example, may sample sentences, and of course, meron din pong translation in Filipino dahil lumalabas din po ito in Filipino. So, pag mamalabis, for example, your hyperbole mo, no? So, lahat yun, diniscuss na po sa ating video. So, please make a reminder on your notebook to watch the discussion that's going to be found on the GenEd playlist of Kurong Pinoy. The title is Figures of Speech. Okay, so is it hyperbole? For hyperbole, of course, you know this to be pagmamalabis, exaggeration. Irony, you have two things that are opposite, okay? And you have it in one sentence. Sinekdoke naman, no? Sinekdoke, or this in Filipino is pagpapalit sa klaw. When you say sinekdoke, you are using a part to represent a whole. You are using isang parte para mag-represent ng kabuuan. So for example, you say, I see 3 sails in the sea. Okay, I see 3 sails in the sea. And that means you see 3 boats. Okay, so yung isang parte ng isang bagay, you are using it to represent the whole. That's sinekdoke, or in Filipino, that would be pagpapalit sa klaw. And of course, you know the meaning of personification. You are giving animate characteristics or human characteristics to an object that is not animated. Okay, so to an object that is not human. Okay, so for example, you say it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. The sun is smiling at me. The sun is smiling at me. So you are giving your sun some human characteristics. So that will be personification. But in here, the correct answer, of course, if you want the moon, I will get it for you. That would be hyperbole. Okay? This is pagmamalabis. This is exaggeration. And this is a line given by your suitor. Okay? Ito yung ginagawa, sinasabi sa iyo ng iyong suitor. Yan, sabi ni Ma'am Christina, susungkitin mga bituin. Okay? Pagmamalabis, exaggeration, kapag ka nanliligaw pa lang, kapag ka jowa mo na, hindi na magre-reply sa'yo, di ba? Scene mode na lang. All right, so that would be hyperbole. Number 2 is letter A. Now we go to question number 3. What's your answer for number 3? Aba, may nangingialam pa dito sa buhok ko Sir GJ mas okay na kalugay. Hindi po kasi ako nagsuklay. Okay, as you all know, it's a morning here in the US, here in South Carolina. So I just set my alarm at 6:30. Then of course, I get out of bed and I change my clothes and then I grab some food. So right now I have half a banana and half a bottle of water. And I set everything up. Okay, so I actually have no time to prepare. Kaya minsan nakatali yung buhok dahil hindi po ako nakapagsuklay. So pag nakatali po yung buhok ko, alam niyo na. Okay? Kain po tayo. Okay, so iba-iba yung sagot niyo May A, may C, may D. Dito naman sa Facebook natin, karamihan letter C. Okay, yung YouTube natin ngayon, may B din, may A, pero majority is letter C. Dito sa YouTube natin, iba-iba. Halo-halo, no? May A, B, C, D. Okay, the question is, which organism is an example of a fungus? Okay, so fungus, of course, is a singular form of fungi. You can actually pronounce it as fungi or fungi. Okay, when I'm teaching my students, I say fungi kasi fungi yung alam nilang pronunciation. So which organism is an example of a fungus? Is it an algae? Letter B, euglenoids. Letter C, yeast. Or letter D, antamoeba. Okay? Now, yung algae mo is actually part of your plant kingdom. Yung algae, yung mga lumot-lumot, no? Plant kingdom siya, nasa plant siya. So it's not under your fungus. Remember, you have the 6 kingdom systems, no? Meron tayong 6 na kingdom in our taxonomy. This is my topic in my Bio 2 class now. So the 6 kingdoms, of course, you have the plants, you have the animals, you have your fungi, okay? But I usually use fungi sa pagtuturo, no? So fungi, you also have your protists. Okay, yung protist mo, yan yung mga euglenoids mo, yung euglena, tsaka yung entamoeba mo, yung, ito naman yung letter D mo, that's the one that's causing amoeba. Okay? And they are both found under protists, yung protista mo. Okay? So yung protist kasi, they have similar characteristics with plants. They also have some characteristics that are similar with animals, pero hindi sila naka-classify as really a plant or as really an animal. Kaya nag-protista sila. Okay? And so their kingdom is called protist. Okay? Protist. So you have your plants, you have your animals, you have your fungi, your protist, and then you have your eubacteria, okay, your part of your bacteria, yung totoong bacteria mo. And then you also have your extreme bacteria, your archaebacteria. So yan po yung 6 kingdoms of classification natin. Plants, animals, fungi, your protist, eubacteria or true bacteria, and archaebacteria. Now, again, your question here is asking you for fungus. Okay, so saan dito yung example ng fungus? As I have mentioned, algae po is part of your plants. Okay, so pati siya ng plants. Although hindi siya ganun ka-complicated no ng plants, napakasimple ng structure ng algae, pero it is placed under your plant kingdom. Your euglenoids and your entamoeba, again, these are parts of your protists. So protista sila. Ito yung mga kitikite, yung mga nakikita natin sa imburnal, yung mga nakakapag-cause ng sakit sa tiyan. Okay? So the correct answer is letter C. It's the yeast. All right? So C po is the correct answer, yeast. And of course, we all know that yeasts are also very important because sila po yung nagpapaalsa ng ating bread when we are baking. Okay, so yeast po is very important in baking. Nagpapaalsa po siya ng bread. That is also one common question in the lab. All right, so number 3, the correct answer is letter C. Now we go to number 4. Please send me your answer for number 4. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Nagahang ba? Go Team Facebook. Kain tayo. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Maricel. Okay, what's your answer for number 4? Alright, karamihan sa mga tao dito sa YouTube, the answer is letter D. Pero hindi naman lagi na ang karamihan ay tama. Okay, dito sa Facebook, marami ding letter D. Okay, let's find out. All right, question number 4, still in science. What is the pressure exerting on the plasma membrane against the cell wall of bacteria, fungi, or fungi, and plant cells? Okay, now as you all know, all types of cells have plasma membrane. So yung plasma membrane po ng cell, ito po yung parang boundary ng cell. Siya po yung nagko-control ng in and out of the materials, no, entry and exit of materials inside the cell. So that's your plasma membrane. Another term for this would be your cell membrane. Pero yung plant cells po natin, some fungi and some bacteria, they also have another layer, may secondary layer po sila na nasa loob pa ng inyong cell wall, no? And yung nung cell membrane nyo, and that will be the cell wall. Okay, so yung cell wall po ng plants mo are made up of your cellulose, na isa pong starch, no? Isang klase ng carbohydrate, no? That's the cellulose. So again, cell membrane, lahat po ng klase ng cell merong cell membrane or plasma membrane, pero yung plant cells lamang yung well-known talaga na merong cell wall. Some bacteria and some fungi may also have them. Okay, but the question here is, what is the pressure exerting on the plasma membrane against the cell wall? And your choices are osmotic pressure, turgor pressure, wall pressure, plasma pressure. Yung letter C and D nyo po, kung kayo ay sumagot ng C and D, they do not exist. Okay, so wala pong C and D, wala pong ganyan na terms. They do not exist. Pampagulo lang po sila dyan. Okay, so foil lang sila, pampagulo lang sila sa iyong mga sa iyong choices. Now, we go to osmotic pressure and turgor pressure. Yung osmotic pressure po ninyo is the pressure created by water moving across a membrane due to osmosis. You all know what osmosis is. Pag nakita nyo sa left, Yung question select is movement of water through a semi-permeable membrane. Your answer would automatically be osmosis. Osmosis po yan. Movement of water through a selectively permeable membrane or through a semi-permeable membrane, that would be osmosis. So pag nag-move yung water through a selectively permeable membrane at merong pressure na ginagawa, you'd call that pressure osmotic pressure. Yan po yung osmotic pressure. Now, yung turgor pressure mo naman, ito, outward force in a plant cell when the vacuoles fill up with water, causing the cell membrane to push against the cell wall. Okay, so the cell membrane is pushed against the cell wall. So that means that is the correct answer. Yan po yung ating nahanap. That's turgor pressure, letter B. Ito po yung nangyayari kung bakit na pag-filled ng tubig yung vacuoles ng ating plants, ay turgid siya, nakatayo yung lahat ng mga lahat no, nakatayo. So very sturdy looking yung plants mo, hindi siya nakaloy-loy. Pag nakaloy-loy naman yung plants mo, we call that flaccid. That means wala po masyadong tubig yung vacuoles ng plant mo. Okay, so turgor pressure is the one that makes your plant sturdy looking, okay, healthy. So nakatayo lahat, no? That's your turgor pressure. Yan po yung pressure na ini-exert ng inyong cell wall or cell membrane towards the cell wall. Okay, so letter B is the correct answer. Oh, ayan na, Ma'am Christine. Sabi niya, pag B sagot, kikis ako sa aso ko. O, yan na, Ma'am. Ay, correct po yung letter B. Alright, now we go to number 5. Number 5, what's your answer for number 5? Oh, nalibang kayo sa plasma pressure. Magandang gabi po, Ma'am Medeth. Mukhang genocide. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 5? Aba, ang bilis nyo ha? Okay, ang bilis ng mga nasa YouTube natin, no? Karamihan letter C. Okay, dito naman sa Facebook, merong C, merong A. Alright, so going back, your question is, a poem or a poem, which is usually composed of 14 lines, which follow specific patterns of rhyme, is called haiku, elegy, sonnet, or free verse. Now, if you are in Grow, I have already sent you the different types of poetry. Okay, so nandiyan na po yan sa Grow, lahat ng poetry, no? May haiku, may elegy, sonnet, free verse, lahat ng to, nandun na po sa inyong Grow. Okay, I've already sent it to you. Now, when you say haiku, this is, of course, a Japanese kind of poem. Okay, Japanese kind of poem or poem. And of course, it is made up of 3 lines, tapos ano siya, 757. Okay? 575, sorry. So it's 575, which is a total of 17 syllables. Okay, so 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second line, and of course, 5 syllables in the last line. So 17 syllables siya. Now, your elegy naman, yung topic niya would be death. Okay, so about siya sa kamatayan. Sonnet is the correct answer. Okay, so that's letter C, sonnet. Sonnet mo usually, you have 14 lines, and the usual na topic would be love. Okay, so many of the sonnets were made or were written by William Shakespeare. Ang free verse mo naman, of course, in Filipino, you know this as malayang taluturan. Wala siyang saknong, wala siyang structure, no? So that's why it's called a free verse. But the correct answer, of course, would be letter C. Okay, so letter C. Good evening po, Ma'am Yezi Easy. Sabi niya, first time ko po manood ng live stream, pero madalas po nanonood ako ng mga video. Okay, thank you po. And welcome. All right, so now, again for number 5, your answer is letter C, sonnet. Letter C, sonnet po ang tamang sagot. Okay, now what about number 6? What about your question number 6? What's the answer for question number 6? Please send me your answers for number 6. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 6? Alright, ang bilis ng ating mga nasa YouTube. Oh, lahat letter A. United we stand, divided we fall na naman sila. Okay, so letter A, yung Facebook kasi natin medyo may lag to, no? Medyo may delay sila ng a few seconds. But I also see a lot of them answering letter A, and that is the correct answer. So tama po yung letter A mo. When you say haiku, this is a poem. Okay, it's a traditional Japanese poem consisting of 3 lines, totaling 17 syllables with nature as topic. So ano po siya? 5 syllables sa first line, 7 syllables sa second line, of course, 5 syllables in your third line. That's your haiku. Yung tanka naman, tanka or in Filipino, tanaka, mas mahaba po siya. 31 syllables po yung inyong tanka or tanaka. So, tanka mo naman, you have 5, 7, 5, 7, 7. Okay, so 5, 7, 5, 7, 7 naman yung syllables mo, number of syllables in each line of your tanka or tanaka. So 5 lines naman siya with 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, then 7, 7 syllables. But the correct answer here, of course, would be haiku. Haiku is the correct answer. Okay, letter B mo, that's talking about the elegy, death as the topic. 4 lines that rhyme with love as a topic. Dapat 14 lines. Kung 14 lines siya, it's a sonnet. Okay, so we don't know what this is because 4 lines lamang nakalagay. Lines of poetry, free verse siya. Okay, so this one naman is free verse. Okay, so the correct answer is letter A for number 6. Now we go to number 7. What's the correct answer for question number 7? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 7? Okay, ano naman? Team YouTube, ang bilis. Karamihan, letter B. What about Team Facebook? Okay, so tama din yung Team Facebook sa question number 6 natin. All right, I also see a lot of people on Facebook answering letter B. Okay, so you are agreeing with each other, Facebook and YouTube, all of you are answering letter B. Okay, so we go back. Tumutukoy ito sa taas-baba ng bigkas ng pantig ng isang salita upang maging mabisa ang pakikipag-usap. This is diin, tono, antala, segmental. Now, this is based on our phonema. Pag sinabi mong phonema po kasi, ito yung mga makahulugang unit ng tunog. Okay? Phonema ay makahulugang unit ng tunog sa ating pagsasalita, no? So, meron kang dalawang klase ng phonema, nandun na din to sa inyong grow. Yung dalawang klase ng phonema mo would be segmental and suprasegmental. Pag sinabi mong segmental, ito lamang po ay yung patinig at katinig. So, patinig at katinig, segmental sila ng mga phonema. Ang suprasegmental mo naman, nandyan na yung diin, tono at antala mo. Okay? So, diin, tono, antala, parte na sila ng suprasegmental. But of course, the correct answer here, taas-baba ng bigkas ng pantig upang maging mabisa ang pagkikipag-usap. That would be letter B, tono. Okay, so tono. The in would be stress. And antala, of course, that's the pause. Okay, so the correct answer here is letter B, tono. All right, tono is the correct answer. All right, now we go to number 8. Send me your answers for number 8. Ang mga salitang tanaw, aliw, kamay, reyna, ang mga halimbawa ng diptongo, cluster, pares minimal, or phonema. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 8? Please send me the answers that you had last night. Tama yan, Ma'am Maricel. Sabi ni Ma'am Maricel, laban lang mga future licensed teachers. Walang sukuan. Go, go, go. Kailangan paghirapan kung gusto niyo isang bagay. Di ba? So, don't give up. Kayang-kaya niyo po yan. Okay, ang bilis na naman ng ating YouTube group, oh. Letter A. Karamihan sa kanila, letter A ang sagot. Okay, now what about those people on Facebook? Okay, so meron din namang letter, yes, letter A din, karamihan. Go PE major, sabi ni Sir Jemuel Parongan. Ma'am Mariel Molining, maraming salamat po for sharing our video. Mga PE major dyan, sumali po kayo sa ating TikTok Dance Challenge. Okay, I'll be posting it later tonight after po ng ating discussion. So make sure that you check the mechanics at sali po kayo para po mas marami tayo at mas masaya. Okay, now you have the different terms here at yung question mo is the words tanaw, aliw, kamay, reyna. Mga halimbawa ng nasa grow na din po ito, no? When you say diptongo, ang diptongo or diphthong ay ang magkatabing patinig at malapatinig na mga tunog sa isang pantig. Ang malapatinig po ninyo ay yung W at Y. Okay, so that means ayan siya, tanaw, aliw, kamay, reyna. Okay, so EY. Alright? And cluster mo naman ay ang dalawa o higit pang magkakatabing katinig sa loob ng isang pantig. So, cluster mo, ito yung examples natin, no? Araw, bahay, unggoy, tulay, cake, that will be your diptongo. So, meron kang patinig at malapatinig. Okay? And yung cluster mo naman, meron kang dalawang katinig at isang patinig. Okay, sa blusa, prutas, tsinelas, braso, grupo. Now, yung pares minimal, ito ay pares ng salitang magkatulad ang bigkas maliban sa isang ponema na siyang pinagkaiba ng kanilang kahulugan. Okay, so isang ponema lamang po yung nag-iba. Pareho yung pagbigkas, pareho yung diin. No? So, misa at mesa, oso at uso. Okay, Celia at Cilia. Ilog at irog. So that's your pares minimal. Isang ponema lamang po yung naiba. And so the correct answer here would be diptongo. Letter A, diptongo, ang tamang sagot. Okay, so diptongo po ang tamang sagot. That's number 8, letter A. Okay, now we go to number 9. What's your answer for number 9? Number 9, ano po yung sagot nyo? Go po. How to avail grow, Sir Romano. Tingnan niyo po sa beginning ng video na to later. Okay, pagkatapos po ng ating discussion po, pwede niyo pong balikan. Okay, we're already at number 9. Ang bilis ng mga taga-YouTube. Their answer is letter A. Watching from the land of beauty, Sarangani, Sir Mon Delator Lobrino. Good evening po. Sumali kayo sa ating acquaintance party. Again, meron tayong t-shirt design, meron tayong spoken poetry, meron din tayong singing contest. So yung ating pong t-shirt design, kailangan nyo na pong isubmit yung inyong design by Wednesday para po ma-flash ko on the screen while you are explaining it on Saturday. Okay, so Saturday po ang ating online acquaintance party. Yung ating pong spoken poetry at yung ating singing ay live po. So sali na po kayo. Ang ating naman pong TikTok dance challenge ay recorded. So i-record nyo yung TikTok nyo tapos ipasa nyo po sa akin. Okay, so that would be on Saturday, 7 p.m. still. And of course, we are going to have prizes. So make sure that you join for the fun and for extra cash. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter A for number 9. Okay, dito sa ating Facebook, ganun din. Karamihan ay letter A. Watching from the province of Bukidnon, Ishwar Jairaj Ohas. Ang hirap ng inyong pangalan, sir or ma'am. Okay, so mga uri ng pangatnig na i-post ko na din po ito sa Grow, no? So pag nandun kayo sa Grow, ang dami pong materials natin doon. So basahin nyo lang po yun. Nandun na po lahat sa Grow. We have different types of pangatnig. Pangatnig, of course, are our conjunctions. Now, for letter A, which is the correct answer, that's your pamukod. Ito ay ginagamit sa pagbukod or pagtatangi, gaya ng o, ni, maging, at man. Okay, so ikaw man o ako ay hindi maghahangad na siya ay mabigo. So pamukod po ang ating tamang sagot. That would be pamukod. Ang paninsay mo naman, kapag sinasalungat ng unang bahagi ng pangungusap ang ikalawang bahagi, ito ang iyong ginagamit. Yung ngunit, datapwat, subalit, bagaman, samantala, kahit, okay, so that's paninsay. Hindi nag-a-agree yung two parts of your sentences. So you put your pangatnig na paninsay na pangatnig in the middle of them. Okay, so that's paninsay. Panapos naman, nagsasami ito ng nalalapit na katapusan ng pagsasalita, gaya ng upang, sa lahat ng ito, sa wakas, okay, sa makatuwid, Okay? At sa bagay na to, so that's panapos. That means your sentence is almost going or coming to an end. And meron ka din naman, panlinaw. Ginagamit ito upang ipaliwanag ang bahagi o kabuuan ng isang banggit. Okay, panglinaw. Nagkasundo na ang mag-asawa, kung gayon, magsasama na silang muli. Nahuli na ang tunay na may sala, kaya makakawala na si Berto. Okay, so yan po yung mga iba't ibang uri ng pangatnig natin. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan, kung nasa grow kayo, tingnan niyo po lahat ng uri ng ating pangatnig. Kasi dito, 4 lamang yung aking na-discuss. Alright? But of course, the correct answer is letter A for number 9. Okay, now we go to number 10. Alin sa mga sumusunod ang nararapat sa komunikasyon na pasulat? Pagkibit ng balikat, lakas ng boses, maliksing mga bata, maayos na pagpapalugit. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 10? Send me your answers. From Pangasinan, hello po, Ma'am Priscilla Llamas. Shout out. Si Ma'am Yezi Easy, taga Pangasinan din. Okay. From Iligan City, Ma'am Eileen. Si Sir Miggy pala yung nagsabi na, hi Maylene, Iligan City. From Iligan City, Sir Miggy. From Orbistondo, Pangasinan. From Alaminos, Pangasinan, Sir Diodolo. From Orbistondo, Ma'am Yezi Easy. From the City of Waterfalls, Iligan City, Ma'am Maylene Pontillas. Sir Dennis Ramos from Pangasinan. From Santa Maria, Pangasinan, Ma'am Mary Ann Medina. Oy, malapit po kayo dyan sa meron po akong tita dyan, pero nasa Spain po sila ngayon. Sa Santa Maria din po sila. Yung mga Almueda po. Almueda. Lakas ng ulan sa Kawayan City, Isabela. That's coming from Sir Loreto Balikaw Jr. Pangasinan, from Manawag, Ma'am Maribel Tabayong Yoyong. Oy, nakapunta na din ako sa Manawag. Malapit sila sa Carmen. Parang hindi ko masyado na matandaan, pero malapit din sila dun sa Carmen. Pandi, Bulacan, Sir Romano Lamboon. Antipolo, Ma'am Christine. Okay, now a lot of you are answering with the letter D, and of course, that would be the correct answer. Okay, if you're writing, it is very important for you to have maayos na pagpapalugit. So, tama yung spacing, tama yung mga marks na ginagamit, no? So, punctuation marks mo ay tama. Period, yung comma mo, yung colon, okay, yung hyphen, kung meron. Alright, so number 10, that's letter D. Now, we go to number 11, ang wikang nabuo mula sa pangunahing wika ng isang lalawigan na sinasalita sa ibang bayan na naturang lalawigan ay tinatawag na, ito po ay bahagi na ng variety ng wika, nasa grow na din po ito. Ilagay na din po yan sa grow. From Bukidnon, Sir Ishwar. Nabasa ko na yan, no? Si Sir Jason Kamungaw, from Bicol, Camarines Sur. Ma'am Mary Jean Celis from Iloilo, ang aking kababayan. From Cotabato, Sir Ander B. Jaco. From Leon, Iloilo, malapit lang yan sa amin, ma'am. Ma'am Gigi Kalugas. Shout out sa mga taga Kapoo Canon na kukuha ng LET exam next year. That's from Sir Igano Caloy. Again, Ma'am Mariel Mulining, maraming salamat po for sharing our video. City of Gentle People, Dumaguete City. Ma'am Russell. From Cotabato, Saima, Ma'am Saima Karim. Pa-shout out, watching from Quezon Province, Ginayangan, Quezon. Sir Joniel Noel. Cotabato, Ma'am Saima, yes. Cotabato din, Ma'am or Sir MJ Mupada. From Leon, si Ma'am Gigi, no? Malate, Manila, Sir Roland Warren Gagatiga Arseno. Okay, now we are already at question number 11 from Las Piñas, Sir Vice Buenaventura Villanueva. Ang wikang nabuo mula sa pangunahing wika ng isang lalawigan na sinasalita sa ibang bayan ng naturang lalawigan ay tinatawag na idiolect, ethnolect, dialect, sociolect. Again, parte na po ito ng ating variety ng wika. Nasa grow na din po ito. Ang iyong idiolect ay ang individual na paggamit ng isang tao sa kanyang wika, particular ito sa kanyang sarili, no? So pag narinig mo siya, alam mo na siya to. For example, si Chris Aquino, kahit hindi mo siya nakikita, alam mo na si Chris Aquino yung nagsasalita. That's idiolect. Parang si Tony Gonzaga din, no? Alam mo na siya yan. Yung kapal ng kanyang boses, yung tono, sorry ma, di ba? Yung ganon. That's idiolect. Now, ang dialect mo naman ay hinango sa salitang katutubo, ang wikang pekulyar o katangi-tangi sa isang lugar o rehiyon, kasama ang punto, bokabularyo o pagkakabuo ng mga salita. Alam naman natin yung ibig sabihin ng dialect. Okay? Now, meron ka ding hinango sa wikang banyaga, mga salitang pinaghanguan mula sa wikang banyaga. For example, when you say tisoy or tisay, kinuha ito sa wikang banyagang Espanyol na mestizo at mestiza. Okay, you also have some other words there. And the last variety ng wika na meron tayo would be sociolect, ang makauri o makapangkat na paggamit ng wika. So meron kang, di ba, meron kang sinasabi na konyo, may konyo to, may konyo talk. Alam mo na konyo yung isang tao pag meron siyang certain words na ginagamit, okay? Or kolehiyala, pag meron silang certain words na ginagamit. That's the sociolect, makauri o makapangkat. Kahit dito sa Amerika, merong mga words na ginagamit lamang ng mga itim at merong words na hindi ginagamit ng mga puti. So hindi nila naintindihan, no? Merong yung mga kakaibang words yung mga itim. So that's the sociolect. Depende sa status mo in life, depende sa grupo, no? So makauri, makapangkat. That's sociolect. But of course, the correct answer for this one is letter C, dialect. Dialect po ang tamang sagot for number 11. Okay, we go to number 12. Bantas na ginagamit sa pagitan ng panlaping ika at tambilang. Is it letter A, gitling, letter B, panaklong, letter C, kuwet, letter D, tuldok? Ano ang inyong sagot for number 12? From San Carlos City, Pangasinan, Sir Jovin de la Cruz. From Benmalay, Pangasinan. Ang dami palang taga Pangasinan dito. Sir Dennis from Tayog, Pangasinan. Sir Jolo, Villacorta. Itchage Isabela, Sir Alvi Medalyada. Cagayan de Oro, Ma'am Marilu Pilianga. Thank you for watching the videos po. From Tanawan City, Sir Jeffrey Arida, of course. From City of Oragon, Naga City, Kamsur, Ma'am Faith. Ay, ang ganda din ng Kamsur. Kabacan North Cotabato, Ma'am Faisal Mamulindas. Santo Tomas, Batangas, Ma'am Joy Dagtay. From Las Piñas City, si Ma'am, wala si Ma'am. Ma'am Riza Obane. From Lake Cebu, South Cotabato, Sir Quangco. From Orbizundo, Pangasinan, Ma'am Rosel Ramos. Okay, so karamihan sa inyo, letter A yung sagot. From Umingan, Ma'am Annalie Sobido. Cagayan Valley, Ma'am Funeza Soul. Umingan, Pangasinan, Ma'am Annalie. Malasiki, Pangasinan, Sir Sonny. Marinduque, Sir Jerry Mutya, Little Hong Kong, Pagadian City, Ma'am Wilgie or Sir Wilgie Kasipong. Ang daming taga Pangasinan. Si Sir Erickson din, from Pangasinan. Mangaldan, Pangasinan. Cotabato, Ma'am Sherlyn Maghanoy, Tarlac City, Ma'am Jennifer Banoy, Olongapo, Sir Ray Lobriquito. Okay, 12 po, bantas na ginagamit sa pagitan ng panlaping ika at tambilang is gitling, panaklong, kuwet, tuldok. Alam niyo naman yung gitling, that's the hyphen or dash. Panaklong naman, that's your parenthesis. Kuwet, that's your comma. And of course, tuldok, that would be the period. So ano ba yung ginagamit nating bantas sa pagitan ng panlaping ika ika-2, ika-10, no? At ang bilang. The correct answer, of course, would be letter A, that's gitling. So letter A, gitling, ang tamang sagot for number 12. So letter A po ang tamang sagot. Now, number 13. Ang pariralang nalaglag na hulog ay nagpapakahulugan ng magkahawig, magkapares, magkasalungat, o idioma. Okay. Now, I will be posting something on Facebook then later, okay? And I will be asking you to post the place where you are coming from para makita natin kung gaano nakalawak yung naabot ng Gurong Pinoy, okay? So, doon po kayo mag-post mamaya ng inyong places. At para na din magkakilala kayo ng mga people na rin who are coming from the same place. Sir Bernardo, habol po. Cotabato City, Ma'am Za Powers. Guimaras, Joyce Lovinco. From Cebu City, Sir Jesus Sabakse. From Tarlac City, Ma'am Jafrance Alejandria. City of Golden Friendship, Ma'am Iris Jade Jadilin. Zamboanga City, Danor Roger, Ma'am Danor. From Tiaong Quezon, Ma'am Mariel Molining, thank you for sharing our video. From the Queen City of the South, yes, Cebu City, Sir Jesus. Bukidnon, Sir Joseph Goncha. Hi, Sir John Mark Gantala. Thank you for watching. He's one of our let passers. Okay, Sir John Mark, kumusta ka mo dyan sa Iloilo? Halong, sir. We miss you. Wala ta nang kita ay sa pagpulit namon. Okay, so ito yung mga dati naming estudyante. And of course, when we still had our physical review center, we were very close to our students. Kasi kami talaga yung namamahala. And of course, lalo na ako lagi nakikita nila, no? So pag mga rationalization, discussion ng items, si Ma'am Mek talaga yung kasama nila. Okay, so number 13, pariralang nalaglag na hulog ay nagpapakahulugan ng magkahawig, magkapares, magkasalungat, o idioma. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot dito? Of course, you know that this would be magkahawig. Okay, so synonym sila, nalaglag na hulog, parehas. Okay, hindi po magkapares, hindi din naman magkasalungat. Magkasing kahulugan lang kasi at magkasalungat usually yung meron tayo. Magkahawig would be the correct answer. So letter A ang tamang sagot. All right, to number 14. Please send me your answers for number 14. Ma'am Tita Bantasan from Albuera, Leyte. From Davao del Norte, Ma'am Buena Fe, Porol. From Pasay, Ma'am Nika Sereño. From Bukidnon, Sir Mark Prince del Campo. From Zamboanga, Sibugay, Ma'am Grace Flores. Greetings from Tokyo, Japan, Sir David Mason. Ormoc City, the city of beautiful people, Ma'am Glidel Asis. From Quezon City, Ma'am Rachel Abuela. Early bird natin yung lagi sa mga Rachel. From Nagcarlan, Laguna, Sir Malvin Pimentel. From Pasay, Ma'am Yes Samporna. From Davao City, Ma'am Checky Gaudicos. Okay, Las Piñas, Pulang Lupa, Sir Vice Villanueva. Okay, now what do you think is the correct answer for question number 14? Karamihan dito sa Facebook, your answer is letter B. Ganun din naman sa YouTube, letter B. And of course, that is the correct answer. Mahal ni Daddy si Neneng. Okay, so letter B ang tamang sagot. Number 15, sa pangungusap na malakas ang boses mo, ang salitang malakas ay isang pang-uri, panghalip, pangatnig, pandiwa. Anong tamang sagot? Ma'am Sheila Victor from San Pablo, Laguna. Hello po. Okay, number 15 na po tayo. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 15? Okay, so some of you are answering. Sa YouTube, ang bilis. Letter A. Lahat, letter A. Okay. IB pala. From maasenso, maasim. Maasim ba or maasin? Sermon. Sir John Mark Gantala, if you're still watching, we will be inviting you to be judges for our t-shirt design kasi po yung major nila is TLE. Ito sila yung mga marurunong sila sa mga designs, iba-ibang major, yung major of course na TLC, ang daming areas. Sir John Mark Gantala, we are going to invite you to become a judge in our t-shirt design along with Sir Erden and the rest of the boys there no, sa barkada ninyo. Magkakaklase sa ating review. And of course, if you want, you can also become one of our sponsors. Thank you po, Sir John Mark. Okay, from Dalikan Dato Odin, Sinsuat, Maguindanao. Okay, so maasim talaga, sabi ni Sir Mon. Sa Dalikan Dato Odin, Sinsuat, Maguindanao, that's Ma'am Za Powers. Okay, the correct answer here would be, ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Pang-uri. Pang-uri, of course, that's adjective. Panghalip. Panghalip po is pronoun. Pangatnik, that will be your conjunction. And pandiwa is a verb. The correct answer is pang-uri. It's an adjective. It is trying to describe your noun. Okay? Hindi na-describe niya dito would be boses. So malakas ang boses. The correct answer is letter A. Now we go to number 16. Isang disenyo ng pananaliksik na nagsisiyasat sa pamamagitan ng palatanungan o pakikipanayam. Is it survey, feasibility study, case study, ethnography? Sir Bernardo, meron din po tayong social studies major. Okay, so abangan niyo po yung post natin for majorship. Hindi pa po tayo nagsisimula, but we are going to have the majorship. Okay, wow, ang ating YouTube people, napakabilis. Halos karamihan sa kanila, halos lahat sila ay letter A. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 16? Isang disenyo ng pananaliksik na nagsisiyasat sa pamamagitan ng palatanungan o pakikipanayam. Palatanungan meaning nito, meron kang questionnaire. Okay, so you are using your questionnaire or pakikipanayam, this one naman would be your interview. Okay, the correct answer, of course, is letter A. This is your survey sa Filipino. Feasibility study, of course, this is done usually no pag meron kang gustong simulang business, you start with your feasibility study kung pwede ba siya, posible ba siya, kikita ba siya. Case study naman depende sa sitwasyon ng isang tao o isang kaso. Okay, it's very specific. Ethnography, this one of course would be aiming to study a certain ethnic group. Okay, so letter A, survey is the correct answer. Okay, so survey po, survey. Now we go to number 17. Ang wastong kahulugan ng the present problem is only a storm in a teacup. Baliwala, may galit, buong puso, matagumpay. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 17? Survey po yan, Ma'am Lizelle. Tinagalog lang nila, kaya survey. Nalito kayo dahil sa survey na naging survey. Survey po siya dahil tinagalog nila. So yan po yung makikita nyo sa let pag lumabas po yung item na yan. Hindi po survey, pero survey. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 17? Alright, yung mga nasa YouTube natin, ang bilis. Their answers are letter A. Letter A, yung kanilang sagot. Okay, ang wastong kahulugan ng the present problem is only a storm in a teacup. Actually, yung tinatanong dito would be the idiom a storm in a teacup. Okay? And this means baliwala. So letter A po, baliwala ang tamang sagot. A storm in a teacup, something is described as a storm in a teacup when it is exaggerated and made to sound worse than it actually is. Okay, ini-exaggerate lang siya, pero baliwala naman siya. Okay, maliit lang na bagay. They wouldn't cancel the wedding because they had a fight. I think it's just a storm in a teacup. This is an idiom, no, an English idiom. Instead of a storm in a teacup, sometimes po they would be using the term a tempest. Okay, a tempest in a teacup. So pareho lang din po yung yung kahulugan, baliwala is something that is minimal, hindi siya ini-exaggerate lang siya pero hindi siya malaking bagay. Okay, so 17, letter A po ang tamang sagot. Now we go to number 18. How many prime numbers are there between 1 and 100? This was already posted on Guru Pinoy's official Facebook page by Sir Ramanaay, my husband. Okay, alam niyo na to. For those of you who are asking, meron pong, ang mechanics po, ipopost ko later. Okay, so tingnan niyo po kung ano yung mechanics natin later for your acquaintance party ng mga contests. Waving from Naga City, Camarines Sur, Region 5, Bicol. Ma'am Rially Beltran Dasmariñas. Yes. Mahirap ang Filipino. Okay, how many prime numbers are there between 1 and 100? Again, this was already posted on Gurong Pinoy's Facebook page. And as you can see, we have the different prime numbers there from 1 to 100. And pag sinabi nating prime number, of course, these are numbers that are very special because they don't have any other factors but themselves and 1. So yung factor lamang niya would be 1 and itself. So that means yung 24, yung sabi dito, meron 24, meron 22, meron 23, meron 25. Now, these are your prime numbers. For example, the number 2, yung factor lamang niya is 1 and 2. Okay, so 1 and itself. 3, yung factors lamang niya would be 1 and 3. Okay, so those are your prime numbers. At meron tayong a total of 25 prime numbers from 1 to 100. Sorry. Okay, so correct answer, of course, would be letter D, 25. 25 po ang tamang sagot. Now, number 19, Regala Company manufactures beds in its catalog. A double bed is priced at 5,000 less a discount of 20%. What will Riza have to pay for the bed she ordered? 4,150, 4,200, 4,100, 4,000. Okay, ano kayang tamang sagot for number 19? A lot of you on YouTube are answering letter D. What about people on Facebook? What's your answer? Okay, so karamihan sa mga nasa YouTube natin, your answer is letter D. Hindi ko pa nakikita yung comment ng mga taga-Facebook. Meron kayong lag of a few seconds. Okay, so going back, it says the double bed is priced at 5,000 less 20% na discount. Okay, so of course, you are going to be taking the 20% of 5,000 first. You know the 10% of 5,000 is 500. Okay, so very easy na. Pag 20%, that's 1,000. Okay, pag medyo old school kayo, you want to solve for it, you can say 20% of 5,000. You are going to, of course, multiply 0.2. Bakit 0.2? Because kinonvert mo itong percent mo into decimal point, no, into a decimal. And so you move the decimal point 2 times to the left. So instead of having 20, naging 0.2 na lang siya. So 0.2 times 5,000, that would give you 1,000. So that would be the less. Yan po yung iyong discount. And so you subtract 1,000 from your 5,000. And so the correct answer would be letter D, 4,000 is the correct answer. Hindi po allowed yung calculator. This is a very good question coming from Sir Mon Lobrino. Calculators are not allowed in the LET except for math majorship. Ma'am Eileen Odad. Hello, ma'am. Kumusta? Ma'am Eileen Odad was also our former student, now a licensed professional teacher. Ma'am Eileen, you can also be one of our judges for t-shirt design, along with Sir John Mark. Okay, so again, the correct answer for number 19 would be letter D. That's 4,000. Okay, so 4,000, karamihan ng ating mga nasa YouTube ay tama ang sagot. Nasa Facebook naman natin, ganun din. Okay? Hindi po, Sir Igano Kaloy, again, hindi po pwedeng magdala ng ng calculator sa LET. Wala pong calculators na sa inyong GenEd. Dati po, sa time namin po, pwede pa pong magdala ng calculator. Ngayon po, wala ng calculator except for math majorship. Okay? So, pag math major kayo, po pwede. Yes, physics din pala. Thank you, Ma'am Grace. So, physics and math. Kasi physics meron din naman sa computation. Okay? But math major usually, sila talaga yung naka-state na kailangan nila kailangan nila ng calculators. Okay, now we go to the last question for general education for tonight. Okay, Clara Ramos works as a sales clerk. She is paid the salary of $3,000 a week plus 29% commission on sales over 4,000 pesos. Find her gross pay for a week in which her sales are 9,500. Is it letter A, 3,500? Letter B, 3,110. Letter C, 3,250. Or letter D, 3,210. Okay, what's your answer for number 20? Again, yung calculators po are only allowed for your majorship. Pag math major, physics major, kailangan ng calculations, kailangan ng calculator sa inyong major, ay po pwede po kayong magdala ng calculator. Pero pag yung major nyo po ay hindi naman kailangan ng calculator, like say your major is English, Filipino, hindi po kayo allowed. And sa GenEd, wala din pong calculator. Okay, now last guess. Iba-iba na yung sagot niyo for number 20. Now, number 20 here, okay, so we say she is going to receive a commission on sales over 4,000. So commission niya is 29% of 9,500 dahil 9,500 nga yung sales niya for that week. Okay, so 29% of 9,500, that would be her commission. And on top of that, she still has, of course, her weekly salary, okay, of 3,000 a week. So we are going to get 29% of 9,500. And so we multiply 0.29 because, again, we're converting your percent here into decimal form, and we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, times 9,500, and we add that to the basic salary of 3,000 per week. Okay, now that's 2,755 plus 3,000, and that will give you 5,755. Sa makatuwid po ay walang sagot ang ating number 20. Now, makinig na mabuti. Okay, now in the actual let, sa actual let po ninyo, pag wala yung tamang sagot, especially in your computation, no? So computation sa math, wala kang tamang sagot, you choose the nearest answer. Nearest answer po yung i-choose nyo, nearest value, yung kailangan yung piliin sa math. Okay? Pag wala yung tamang sagot, you choose the nearest answer. Ito po yung isang hint na natutunan ko from Sir Kim J. Enshaw. He is going to be your lecturer if you're a math major. He is summa cum laude and he ranked top 3 in the LET of 2010. So he said in math majorship, marami po kasing mali-mali yung LET. Hindi siya perfect, maraming mali sa grammar, maraming mali sa spelling, maraming mali sa choices. Okay? So pag meron pong mali sa math, you choose the nearest answer. Nearest answer po pag numbers. Pag wala talaga sa choices mo, kunwari, yung choice mo, ang tamang sagot kunwari ng tanong would be a word, tapos yung choices mo ay number, that's the time that you pick letter E. Letter E po, pag wala ka sa choices, kaya hindi naman siya number, wala siyang pinakamalapit na value. Pag number po siya, dapat pinakamalapit na value yung i-choose nyo. Okay? Now, again, in this case, since this is the first time that we've had this and you still don't know the rules, we are going to give this as a bonus. Okay? So, bonus po. Ibo-bonus ko ito ngayon. Letter A sana, di ba? Kasi yan nga yung pinakamalapit. Pero, ibo-bonus po ito ngayon. Again, if it's math and if it's talking about a numerical value, you choose the nearest value. Pag wala talaga, for example, yung answer dapat ay number, tapos yung choices mo ay word, that's the time that you choose letter E. Okay? That's the time that you choose letter E, which is, of course, none of the above. Okay? So if you are a math major, of course, Sir Kim J. Enshaw would be your lecturer. He is top 3. in the let of 2020. And of course, summa cum laude din po siya. He's a doctor at a very young age of maybe, I can't remember, but he's already a doctor. Okay, so siya po yung mag-handle ninyong math majorship. And don't worry, mostly, most of our math students pass the LEP. Okay, karamihan po ng mga estudyante natin ay pumapasa. Bio major, especially 100% every time. Okay, TLE major, of course, we have the highest passing percentage for our TLE major, social studies, math, lahat po yan. Okay, so again, number 20, we are giving this to you as your bonus. Please send me your score for GenEd. Wow, si Ma'am Dia, 19/20. Okay, so GenEd pa lamang po to, 19/20. Okay? Oh, meron din tayong 19/20 dito, Sir Malvin Pimentel. Okay, ang dami nyo. Yes, bio major, that would be me for your majorship. Okay, ang taas po ng inyong score. And we proceed with our ProfEd. Okay, but before that, again, for those of you who are still asking how you can become part of GROW, GROW is Guru Pinoy Review Online Work Group, our exclusive FB group where we send all the exclusive materials, secret materials, whatever materials we have and we know can help you pass the LET. It is very easy, very cheap for you to join. That's just 500 pesos through Palawan, Cebuana ML. The name, address, and phone number are there. And of course, you can also send it through Super Sticker through our YouTube channel during our live stream, just like what Sir Bernardo did last night. So 500 pesos only po, that's a one-time payment. Again, that's a one-time payment of 500 pesos until the day that you take the LET. You don't need to pay monthly, you don't need to pay 5,000 as what other review centers would ask you to pay. We are better and we are cheaper. That is our trademarks. Our trademark ever since, no? Study Link, Gurung Pinoy right now, Study Link Review and Tutorial Center before, and Gurung Pinoy ngayon, we are one of the best review centers that can give you, because me and my husband, both of us are teachers, and we have the heart, of course, for our fellow teachers. And we are going to do everything by hook or by crook. We are going to make you pass the LET. Okay, so we are here wholeheartedly. We are helping you to pass the LET, and we are giving you all the materials that we know are coming out in the LET. We have the bank of materials that we have. Alam namin na ito talaga yung mga materials na lumalabas sa LET. Hindi po kami katulad ng ibang review centers na ang daming lectures, wala namang lumalabas sa LET. Kami po ay talagang focused, targeted. Alam na po namin yung lalabas sa LET and alam namin yung tamang sagot. Alam namin kung paano kayo matuturuang makita at ma-choose yung tamang sagot. And of course, we are one of the cheapest review centers. Right now, we're asking only 500 pesos for our GROW. Okay, even before, we're the cheapest review center in Iloilo and maybe nationwide. Okay, so again, that's only 500 pesos. Sir Nelson Matugina, meron kayong agri-fish? Yes, meron po tayong agri-fish major. Yung the one who's taking care of the agri-fish major po would be the people from BFAR. So sila po lagi yung tinatap namin to help you in your majorship at nakakapasa din yung ating mga agri-fish major. Okay? So again, this is just 500 pesos, one-time payment po to. Do not pay 5,000 for a review center that's offering you 5,000 right now. And online lang din yung magiging klase ninyo at lahat lectures lang din at wala din naman lumalabas sa LET. Or kung online man, mahina kasi yung signal sa Pinas, no? So mag-online sila tapos maglalag kayo kasi nga sobrang hina ng ating signal sa Pinas. But for our review center, it's just 500 pesos. It's for GROW and it's a one-time payment. And sometimes you also have discount. But of course, the more time you wait, the less time you'll have in preparation for the LET. So habang maaga pa po ay mag-member na po kayo sa GROW. Okay, so that's 500 pesos po lamang. All right, now we go to professional education with number 1. What does once a teacher, forever a student imply for the professional teacher? Teacher's affinity with students, student-centered instruction, postgraduate studies for teachers, lifelong learning. Okay, ano yung sagot nyo for number 1? English po, meron din po tayong English major. Yung 500 po na binayaran nyo ngayon, yung sa Grow po, that's just GenEd and ProfEd po, ma'am. Dahil po, yes, another payment po for the major. Dahil for the major po, you are going to have your own lecturer. Hindi po ako yung magiging lecturer nyo for your major because my major is biology. So I'm only going to be handling the bio major. Of course, yung magiging lecturer nyo po for your major is a different person. Of course, that's going to be the best person that we can find for you. So for physics, there's Dr. Herman Lagon. We've already posted Dr. Lagon, Sir H. He was my subject area coordinator when I started teaching in Ateneo. He is now he is now the principal of Ateneo, and he is an engineer. He's a PhD holder, okay, and he's handling physics. Okay, so physical science handled ni Sir H. Sa English, we'll have Ma'am Arian Lau. She used to also be my principal, associate principal siya in Ateneo. And of course, she is an Atenean, no? So well-trained siya in English. So that's Ma'am Arian Lau for English. Si Sir Kim J, na-mention ko na, that's for math. He's top 3 in the LET of 2010, and he's a summa cum laude. Okay, so Sir Kim would be handling your math majorship. For agri and fish, meron tayong mga taga BFAR, sila po yung tumutulong sa akin, no? Friends natin din from UP. Okay, so they graduated from UP. I've known them since high school, sa UP High School. And of course, sila yung nakakaalam din ng major ng agri and fish, di ba? Napaka-unique kasi ng inyong major. For Filipino, we'll have Professor Lali Jane Cheng. She's also the Filipino coordinator in Ateneo. And of course, she is, I'm not sure if PhD na ba si Ma'am Lali ngayon or she's still working towards her PhD. Values education, a lot of you are asking. We might have one. I might ask one of my former colleagues din in Ateneo, Sir Reggie, no? Pwede din siya. I will be asking. I'm not sure if we've had values education in the past. Kasi nga, nung nandito na ako sa Amerika, there was, my sister-in-law was the one who was handling everything na. Ano pa ba? English, MAPE, meron tayo. Sir Renz Flores, also coordinator of MAPE in Ateneo. Lahat po halos Atenista dahil nga galing ako sa Ateneo. And so, siya din po, maraming pumapasa din. Halos every year, 100% din yung MAPE namin. Okay, MAPE, English, all these things. Ano pa ba? Meron pa akong nakaligtaan. TLE, yours is a very unique major, and we will try hard if we can find one. Meron kami usually, yung TLE kasi namin usually, kada program, TLE namin yung pinakamaraming major as well as math and English. Okay, pero yung TLE kasi napakahaba at napakaraming areas ninyo. So we will try to find someone who can handle TLE. Okay? Social studies pala. Social studies, social science, you'll have Professor Rene. And Sir Rene naman, galing din siya, nasa Ateneo din siya. He's teaching in Ateneo. He's from UP also. He used to teach in UP, Visayas, and he's handling your social studies. Okay, so wag po kayong matakot sa inyong majorship. We got you. Okay, alam po namin kung paano i-handle yung inyong majorship. If you are going to enroll in our major, you are also going to receive a soft copy of our reviewer. So soft copy po, and then of course, you are going to have the discussion with your lecturer. So again, separate payment po siya dahil we also need to pay your lecturer. So your lecturer po would also be receiving 500 pesos per hour of lecture. Okay, so kaya po tayo manghihingi din ng majorship. Yes, 500 pesos, that's our proposal for now. We will see. Baka 500 po pwede na. Wala pa po, Sir Loreto, yung majorship natin. We are still fixing it. We're still waiting. Okay, now we go. Ma'am Mary Jean Selly, student pala siya sa study link din. Okay, so number 1, ano na yung sagot niyo for number 1? I'll be reading your questions later. Okay, so again, number one, what is the meaning of what does once a teacher for every student imply for the professional teacher? Once a teacher for every student, of course, this means letter D, lifelong learning. We never stop learning. Kahit nga hindi ka teacher, dapat you never stop learning, you continue learning. Life is a big learning process, okay? Life is learning itself, and so letter D is the correct answer. All right, now we go to number two. To whom does the word teacher refer? Is it the full-time teachers, part-time teachers, guidance counselors, or libraries? Librarian dapat to, no? Okay. Ano yung tamang sagot nyo for question number two? Again po, yung GenEd and ProfEd po, that's the grow that we are flashing on the screen right now. So GenEd and ProfEd po yung grow. Kasama po itong materials na dinidiscuss natin during live stream and other materials that we are sending through grow. Yung majorship po ninyo, again, that would be a separate payment, might be 500, dahil po we are paying your lecturer. We will be paying your lecturer. Hindi naman po pwedeng libre yung lectures natin. Okay, so again for number two, what do you think is the correct answer? Yes, this should have been librarians. Okay, librarians. Full-time teachers, part-time teachers, guidance counselors, librarians. The correct answer for this, the word teacher refers to letter A, 1 and 2 only. So full-time teachers and part-time teachers only. Okay? Hindi po sila referred lahat as teacher. Yung guidance counselor nyo po, these are not referred to as your teacher, also your librarian. So these are what we call non-teaching staff. Non-teaching staff po sila. So 1 and 2 lamang po. 1 and 2 lamang po ang tamang sagot. Okay, now we go to number 3. A teacher introduces herself as teacher only. What does this imply? The teaching profession is not a very significant one. The teaching profession is the lowest paid profession. She must have been forced to pursue a career in teaching. Or, letter D, she takes no pride in the teaching profession. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 3? A lot of you in YouTube is answering the letter D. Ouch, sabi ni Sir Bernardo. Okay, now, okay, there is a very good question here from Mira Mari. Ma'am, yung another 500 po, every lecture po ba namin sa majorship or parang same lang din po sa proposal niyo sa Grow? It's one-time payment din po. Masyado namang mabigat kung every lecture. Gusto nyo ba yun? Kada lecture na lecture nyo, 500 pesos ang babayaran nyo. Masyado mabigat po yun. It's going to be a one-time payment, but we are aiming for yung proposal kasi, si Sir Ram, no, my husband, he is proposing for 500 pesos for at least 30 people. So dapat makaabot kayo ng 30, okay? Para okay yung payment natin sa inyong lecture. So at least 30 people, at least 30 students per major, makakabayad kayo ng 500 lamang. Okay, 500. One time lang po. Okay, sabi ni Ma'am Eunice Carvajal, nalito siya dahil sa school nila nagtuturo yung guidance counselor at may advisory. Okay, so a teacher introduces herself as teacher only. What does this imply? That means letter D. She takes no pride in the teaching profession. So we all know that as teachers, kasama sa code of conduct natin na we take pride as a teacher. So you don't say, I'm just a teacher. Meron pa nga question na pag pumunta ka sa homecoming, no, at nakita mong napakayaman na ng yung mga classmates, meron ng doktor, meron ng may mga kotse, magagara. At ikaw naman ay teacher, no, you should still take pride. I'm a teacher. Dapat proud na proud ka, dapat itaas noo ka. So, hindi mo dapat sabihin, I'm just a teacher. So, letter D po ang tamang sagot dyan. Okay, number 4, how do orientation sessions help the new teacher be attuned to the school environment, learn guidelines to follow, develop good relations? Is it 2 and 3, 1 only, 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3? Yes, same address lang din po. Pero wag po muna kayo magpe-pay, ma'am. Wala pa po tayong payment for majorship. Good evening, Ma'am Anne-Marie Sumalay. Okay, so again, your question is how do orientation sessions help the new teacher? Okay, so the correct answer here, of course, would be letter D. Lahat ng to, we are attuned, we are acclimatized to our school environment, we learn the guidelines to follow, and we develop good relations. So lahat ng ito ay bahagi, no? Bahagi at malaking bagay po yung orientation, no? Makakatulong talaga siya sa new teachers, especially pag bago yung teacher, especially pag first year din niya into teaching, no? Pero alam niyo po sa aking experience, international experience ko na when I was teaching in Saudi, when I started teaching here also in the US, wala pong orientation. Okay? So, assume na lang po nila, titingnan mo lang, okay, manonood ka lang na nagcha-cha-cha sila, dapat alam mo na kung paano mag-cha-cha, okay? But of course, the pinaka-edge ng mga Pinoy ay mabilis tayong matuto and we are very flexible, okay? We are very talented people. Okay, so we should also take pride in that. Napakabilis matuto ng Pinoy, no? Go with the flow. O, ayan, yan, 1, 2, 1, 2 na agad yung Pinoy na marunong na agad sumayaw. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Pero Pinas lamang po yung nakikita ko may inset talaga na halos 1 month yung orientation. Dito po sa Amerika, wala po. Kahit sa Saudi, wala din po. Okay, so letter D, 1, 2, and 3. That's the correct answer. All right, now we go to number 5. Self-evaluation can be done in various ways, but this is not one of them. A written reflection, self-videotape of class performance, use of an evaluation instrument, peer feedback session. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 5? All right, karamihan ng mga nasa YouTube, your answer is letter D. Again, we're talking about self-evaluation. And you know that when you say self-evaluation, you are checking yourself. Okay, evaluate mo yung self. It can be a written reflection. Yung videotape ng class performance, no, makikita mo kung ano yung mali mo doon. Okay? Use of an evaluation instrument, tama po yan. So the correct answer is peer feedback. Of course, when you say peer, this is someone of the same stature, someone of the same status. So usually your co-teachers would be giving you your feedback. All right, so that's the correct answer, letter D po, because we are looking for not one of them. We're looking for the exception. So number 5, that's letter D. Now we go to number 6. In order to assist new teachers, which is the most effective way to clarify the school's goals and responsibilities early in the first year? Is it letter A, school curriculum, letter B, principal's memorandum, letter C, student's handbook, or letter D, orientation? Okay, we're already at number 6. Yes, Ma'am Mona Felisan. Ma'am Mona, ito po yung kagabi. Ito din po yung kagabi nating items, ma'am. Ngayon po yung discussion natin. Kasi bago po yung ating schedule, di ba pag Saturday po, pag Saturday, we just have the questions. At time po siya. Kaya sinasabi ko nga sa inyo, pag Saturday, pag questions lamang, wag po kayo magko-comment ng answer nyo. Focus po kayo sa screen dahil automatically po, nag-change po yung ating question. And of course, Sunday, we are going to discuss this. And of course, make sure that you are on by Saturday kasi wala na po tayong magiging replay for Saturday. Okay, so there's a question here. Kung hindi po umabot ng 30 people per major, hindi na po ba i-offer? This is from Ma'am MJ Mupada. Sana if di mag-abot ng 30 for instance sa majoring, baka pwede mag-additional payment na lang. Yeah, we will talk about it. Okay, so we are going to set a deadline kung kailan kayo po pwedeng magbayad, and then of course titingnan natin, or set a deadline kung kailan kayo po pwedeng palista, and then titingnan natin. But of course, kaya mag-recruit kayo, sabihin nyo sa inyong mga kaklase, or i-post nyo sa inyong Facebook, kung pwede po yan. Okay, now in order to assist new teachers, which is the most effective way to clarify the school's goals and responsibilities early in the first year, of course, we know that this is letter D, orientation po. Okay, so orientation po yung sinasabi natin. So letter D, orientation, that's the correct answer. Now we go to number 7. Former DepEd Director Lolita Andrada described her humble early schooling, a silong, ground floor of a house, converted into a classroom, which best characterizes the situation. Is it letter A, church school, letter B, school home connection, letter C, city school facility, letter D, rural village school? Ang dami nyo bagbali, okay lang yan, at least natututo kayo. Okay, karamihan, letter B. Yung ating pong grocer, Jesses, pwede pa po kayong mag-pay. Wala naman po tayong nakaset na deadline. Kaya lang minsan po kasi, pag nakita nyong naka-discount, katulad nung last I'm not sure when, maybe 3 weeks ago, when I was appointed as, when I was given the position of being a chair sa science department sa aming school, ay nagpa-discount kami na 50%, no? Of course, it's sharing of blessings. Nagpa-discount kami ng 50%. So, 250 na lamang po. So, pag nakita nyo merong discount, i-grab nyo na po kaagad. Kasi yun, 1 week lang na discount. So, tingnan nyo po. Pero wala naman pong deadline. Pwede pa din po kayong mag-join ng Grow. Sabi ko nga, the more time you're waiting para mag-join ng Grow, the less time you'll have in preparation for the LET. So, as soon as possible, pwede din naman kayo mag-join na. Yes, Ma'am Ems Nasido. 500 one-time payment lang po yan. Okay, number 7. The correct answer, of course, is letter B. That's the school-home connection. Hindi naman siya talagang school eh. Hindi siya school. Lahat ito may school talaga, no? So, church school, city school facility, rural village school. Hindi po siya talagang school dahil this is just their house. Okay, the ground floor of a house converted into a classroom. That's your humble early schooling. And that would be your school-home connection. We all know that the first teacher would be the parents. Okay, the first teacher of your kids would be the parents. So, napaka-importante din na may alam yung parents. So, napaka-importante din, tinuturuan natin sila hindi lamang sa mga lessons na academic, but of course, the lessons in life. Okay, kaya nga maraming tao ngayon na namumblema, no, dahil sa pandemic at online yung studies ng mga estudyante, mayroong ibang magulang na walang alam. Kaya kailangan din na may school-home connection talaga. Okay, number 8. Students must be taught self-responsibility is the desire of the blank teacher. Yes, Ma'am Samarenyang Waray. Meron po dating 50%. Pag 499 lang, okay lang po yan, Sir Arden. Sir Arden, sabi ni Sir Arden, may kulang na piso. Okay lang po. Sana may 50% off ulit para naman maka-avail ako. I'm not sure, but si Sir Ram kasi, my husband, he's a math major, he's a math teacher. He used to teach math in colleges in Iloilo, no, sa CPU, Central Philippine University, and in St. Therese. And he's the one who's handling the business side of things. Okay, so siya yung marunong sa business. And so he told me, he has mentioned the 50% discount na plano. Wala pa po ngayon, hindi pa po na-announce, but he's saying that he might give 50% discount, pero sa mga repeaters lang. So yung sa mga ilang beses nang kumuha ng let, pero hindi pa rin pinapalad, hindi niyo pa panahon, malay natin at ipag-pray natin na ngayon panahon niyo na to pass the let. So he might give you the 50% discount. I would ask him, and let's wait, okay? Kasi siya yung talagang utak sa lahat ng mga discount. Okay, now what do you think is the correct answer here? Self-responsibility. If you haven't watched our Isms of Education yet na video, meron po tayong video sa ProfEd na playlist ng ating Gurong Pinoy sa YouTube. Meron po tayong video doon with the title the Isms of Education. At lahat po ng ism ay diniscuss na. So I will not be going into details with regards to all the choices that we have here. But of course, the correct answer here would be letter B, existentialist po yan. The desire to have self-responsibility. Kasi sabi ng existentialismo, freedom to become whatever you want to become. But of course, kasama ng freedom na yan, ay meron ding karampatang responsibility. So the correct answer would be letter B, existentialist. Again, if you haven't watched the Isms of Education na video natin, maglagay po kayo ng reminder dyan sa inyong notebook, watch the Isms of Education or watch the GenEd playlist, ProfEd playlist, and the live streams playlist of Gurong Pinoy on YouTube. Okay, so number 8 po, letter B. Number 9, what problem is given focus by research studies which show low rate of work absorption among technical vocational graduates? Okay, you have the different choices there. Okay, Sir Arden has already paid for Grow. Don't forget po to send a private message to Gurong Pinoy's official Facebook page para po makita ko kung ano yung Facebook account nyo na gusto nyo pong i-add sa Grow. Okay, so mag-message po kayo sa, hindi po sa group hindi po sa group na Gurong Pinoy Let, merong isang group na Gurong Pinoy Let, no? Meron ding Grow. Huwag po kayo mag-message doon, mag-message po kayo sa official Facebook page natin ng Gurong Pinoy. Okay, mag-message po kayo doon para po malaman ko kung ano yung Facebook page nyo, Facebook account nyo na kailangan ko pong i-add sa Grow. So first timer si Ma'am Samarenyang Waray. Okay, we will see. Malay nyo magkaroon ng discount ulit sa December, no? Pag Christmas. Yung Grow po, Ma'am Ems Lucido, balikan niyo po later. Nasa start po ng ating discussion. Nasa middle din po ng GenEd and ProfEd. That's our exclusive FB group kung saan po sinisend lahat ng materials. So mamaya po, balikan niyo po. Okay, now what do you think is the correct answer here? Many of you are answering with letter C. And of course, that's the correct answer. Training job mismatch. Okay, so karamihan, hindi po sila na-hire dahil wala silang training. Okay, wala silang technical vocational na training, no? Kasi minsan, yung mga technical vocational na subjects natin or courses natin, karamihan kasi dapat practical, no? Dapat nasa field talaga sila, gumagawa sila. Pero minsan, theories lang lahat. Kaya may mismatch. Okay, that's the correct answer, letter C. Now we go to number 10, among the special rights of teachers, which is not provided by law: right to refuse regular assignments, right for career advancement, right to be accorded respect, right for protection. Ma'am Vilma Libuon, hello po, bio major from CDO. Thank you for subscribing. New subscriber daw si Ma'am Vilma. Ma'am Faith, yung may white na logo, group yata yun, ma'am. Sa amin din po yun, pero wala siyang masyadong materials na sinesend doon. Pero sa amin din po yung Gurong Pinoy na Let Online Group. Pero hindi po yun yung Grow. Paano malalaman na member na kami ng Grow? Pag sinearch nyo po yung Grow Gurong Pinoy, tsaka na-open nyo po at nakikita nyo na po yung contents, that means member na po kayo doon. Okay. All right, the correct answer here, of course, would be letter A. Walang karapatang tumanggi, sabi ni Sir Diodulo. Okay, so wala kang karapatang tumanggi sa lahat ng mga regular assignments mo, no? So that's letter A. Letter A po yung tamang sagot. Number 11, from the Constitution, what is the condition for allowing students to be taught religion in public schools? Paulit-ulit na to, no? Sinasabi natin to lagi. Extra pay for teachers upon written permission by parents, catechists paid by government, or outside of school hours only. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 11? Ligwak, Sir Bernardo? Okay lang po yan, sir. At least natututo. So pagdating sa let, hindi naligwak. Dapat tandaan nyo, ha? Hindi naman na-discuss na dito, tapos the next time that we see it in our live stream, mali pa rin yung sagot nyo. Okay, dapat natututo tayo sa ating pagkakamali. Parang love lang yan. Pag niloko ka na niya, wag mo na siyang balikan pa. Matuto ka na. Okay? Now, number 11 from the Constitution, what is the condition for allowing students to be taught religion in public schools? And we know that the correct answer would be letter B, upon written permission by parents. And we also know that in religion, it should be taught within regular school hours. Within regular school hours, siya dapat. And dapat may written permission from the parents. Okay, so 11 is letter B. Now we go to number 12. Who is best equipped to lead in the formulation of an individual educational plan for special children, IEP, no, for special kids? Letter A, child therapist. Letter B, parents of special children. Letter C, special education teachers. Letter D, child psychologist. Galing po bang maghugot, Sir Arthur? Marami kasing dito, yung mga may emote. Wala yata si Ma'am, yung ating muse, si Ma'am Ella, wala. Palaging wala si Ma'am Ella. Busy. So, Sir Mark ba nandito? Okay, karamihan sa nasa YouTube natin, your answer is letter C. Maraming mali ang sagot mo, Sir Igano Kaloy. Okay lang po yan. Okay, ang importante po ay natututo tayo. Okay lang po yan, magkamali. Ngayon, importante tama na po sa left. Okay, the correct answer here, of course, would be your special ed teachers. Kaya meron tayong special ed at meron tayong tawag dito, regular ed teachers, no? Dito sa amin sa Amerika, meron po kami mga SPED students na kasama sa mga regular students. So, medyo mahirap po. For example, kung nung wala pang pandemic, pag meron kang 25 students sa room mo, meron minsan 10 sa kanila are kids with special needs. So merong ADHD, merong may behavioral problem, so iba-iba yung problema nila, no? Merong medyo lukaret, merong hindi mo maintindihan, minsan napaka-happy, meron namang napaka-moody niya minsan. Okay, so dapat marunong ka din mag-handle ng yung special or kids with special needs. So, and then we would also be attending your IEP. Nag-a-attend po kami ng IEP meeting. So, kasama yung special ed teachers, yung psychologist, yung guidance counselor, yung principal, at isang regular ed teacher. So, kadalasan po ay uma-attend ako ng IEP nila. So, pag meron pong IEP yung isang bata, kailangan po binabasa mo kung ano yung accommodation niya. Pag nakalagay dyan na meron siyang extension of 2 days para sa lahat ng assignment niya, kahit na ma-delay siya ng 2 days, of course, wala kang deductions dapat. Merong kailangan nasa harap siya, merong minsan bingi yung bata, nasa harap siya lagi, dapat. Meron ding pag ADHD yung bata, dapat nasa harap din siya ng teacher na pwede mo siyang ma-manage, no? Agaran mo siyang ma-manage pag meron siyang pinagdadaanan sa isang araw, no? So, iba-iba pong klase ng estudyante dito. Alright, so number 12, that's special ed teachers. Number 13, what is mainly addressed by early intervention program for children with disabilities, ages 0 to 3 years old? Bakit by age 0 to 3 ay kailangan na-address na kung ano yung kailangang i-address sa intervention program ng isang bata, lalong-lalo na pag meron siyang disability? Maraming salamat, Ma'am Eves. Ma'am Eves Ariola. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 13? Okay lang po yan, Ma'am Maricel. Maraming mali. At least po natututo tayo at next time, tama na po yung mali. Tama na po yung sagot natin. Watching from Cebu, Ma'am Cherry Mahilom, thank you po for sharing the video. Hi sa mga kabatch ko na magpa-practicum na sana ngayon, kaso sinira ni COVID. Okay. Marami pong sinira si COVID, no? Maraming lakad na sinira si COVID. Okay, yes, tama si Ma'am Grace, no? Ma'am Grace on YouTube said, parang na-review na to, I think, no? Sabi niya, yes, meron na tayong previous question. It was not like this, but it was similar, no? Similar yung question. Yung sabi din doon, bakit tayo kailangan meron ng intervention as early as 0 to 3 years old? And the correct answer, of course, would be letter C, early growth developmental lag. Yan po yung ina-address niya. Okay, ina-address niya yung early growth developmental lag. Di lamang ina-identify yung strengths and weaknesses, pero para maiwasan na meron siyang developmental lag, as early as 0 to 3 years old, ina-address na siya. Okay, so letter C po ang tamang sagot. Letter C. Now we go to number 14. What is a cultural trait of conflicting values that aims to please people in different venues and situations rather than abide by principles? Is it letter A, bahala na mentality? Letter B, split personality? Letter C, crab mentality? Letter D, kanya-kanya system? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 14? Watching from Kinogitan, Misamis Oriental, Ma'am Christine Joy, Salvacion Liagas. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 14? Bahala na mentality, split personality, crab mentality, kanya-kanya system. Sabi ng tanong mo dito, the cultural trait of conflicting values, iba-iba yung values natin that aims to please people in different venues and situations rather than abide by principles. Bahala na mentality, you already know the meaning of this. Bahala na, wala kang pakialam, no? Sige, I'll try it. Sometimes it can be good, it can be positive, it can also be negative. Most of the time, it's negative. Split personality, ito naman tinatawag nating may schizophrenia ka, no? Schizophrenic ka, meaning minsan okay ka, minsan naman hindi. Minsan napakasaya mo, minsan naman lugmok ka, no? So split personality meron ka. Crab mentality, alam din natin to. Ito ay isa sa mga negative attributes ng pagiging Filipino, no? Pag you have a friend, you have someone you know that is becoming successful, you want to pull that person down, okay? Or you are stepping on other people for you to become successful. That's crab mentality. Kung maaari po, iwasan natin yan, no? Kanya-kanya system naman, kanya-kanya kayo, iba-iba yung ugali nyo. When I was in Saudi Arabia, we used to live in one house and we had all the international teachers, yung mga ibang lahi, nasa second floor. Kami pong mga Pinoy, nasa, I can't remember, nasa 20 plus kami or 15 something kami, nasa ground floor. Tapos lagi, yung mga Pinoy, kahit na lahat Filipina, ay nag-aaway-away dahil merong from Cebu, merong from Ilocos, merong from Iloilo, merong from Zamboanga, no? So iba-ibang lahi, yung sinasabi nga natin stereotypes, iba-ibang lahi tuloy, iba-ibang lugar, iba-iba ding kultura meron tayo kahit lahat tayo ay Filipino. Okay? So the correct answer here would be letter D. Yes, kanya-kanya system. That's your cultural trait. Cultural trait po siya. Hindi po bahala, hindi po split, hindi po crab mentality, it's kanya-kanya system. Okay? So iba-iba kasi yung ating mga ugali dahil nga iba-iba din yung ating kinalakan. All right, now we go to number 15 under RA 7722, our Higher Education Act of 1994. Which agency has direct supervision and management of teacher education institutions or colleges of education in the country? Is it letter A, the CHED, Commission on Higher Education? Letter B, Teacher Education Council? Letter C, Professional Board of Teachers? Or letter D, DepEd? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 15? Nawala ng signal. Shout out sa lahat ng mga guro, sabi ni Sir Delson Elizaga de la Cruz, watching from Pangasinan. Good evening po. Okay, a lot of you are answering letter A, of course, and that's the correct answer. Alam natin when you say meron ng triumvirate mo, meron ng triumvirate yung ating education sa Pinas, so you have your DepEd for basic education. So when you say basic education is just elementary and high school, meron kang commission on higher education or your CHED for colleges and universities, and of course, meron kang TESDA for technical vocational, okay? So commission of higher education or on higher education po or CHED, letter A for number 15. Now, what about number 16? Under RA 7722 or Higher Education Act of 1994, which agency identifies, supports, and develops centers of excellence among higher education institutions in the country? Is it DepEd, Department of Education, PRC, or Professional Regulation Commission, Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, or Teacher Education Council? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 16? Ma'am Joelyn Delina, thank you po for sharing our video. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like our video, okay? Like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, don't forget to hit the thumbs up sign, the heart sign, the wow sign, okay? Or the care sign. Also, please share our video, share this video. You may tag your friends, you may share it with the different groups that you're joining, you may share this on your wall, or you may even start a watch party so that we can also help more people pass the LEP po. Okay, and of course, so that we can reach out to more people para pag nag-majorship na tayo, ay mas marami na kayo sa inyong major. Happy Teachers Month, sabi ni Ma'am Thes de los Reyes. Thank you po. Happy Teachers Month sa lahat ng ating mga guro. Okay, the correct answer here, of course, would be letter C. So, CHED pa rin siya, Commission on Higher Education. Dahil according to your RA 7722, ito yung mga powers and functions ng CHED, no? Formulate and recommend development plans, formulate and recommend for research, no, for higher education, branches, priorities, and grants on higher education and research, set minimum standards for programs and institutions of higher learning, monitor and evaluate the performance of programs and institutions, identify support, ito po yung nasa question nyo, identify support and develop potential centers of excellence in program areas needed for development of world-class scholarship, nation building, and national. Kahit budget po, sila din nagpapasa. Of course, recommend to the Department of Budget and Management the budgets of public institutions. So, CHED pa rin po ang tamang sagot. Okay, now number 17. Along the aim of labor for integrity, which aspect of work needs to be taught to future employers and employees in the 21st century workplace? Is it letter A, industry skills and orientation, letter B, human rights issues, letter C, wages and incentives, or letter D, loyalty for company and work? Okay, what about number 17? What do you think is the correct answer for that? Okay, karamihan sa mga nasa YouTube, ang sagot nyo ay letter A. Okay, now this is your 21st century themes, no? Kasama yung key subjects mo na 3 R's and 21st century themes. Now, ito yung mga themes mo. Dapat may life and career skills, learning and innovation skills. So, meron kang 4 C's, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. At meron ka din dapat information, media, and technology skills. So, dapat lahat ng to ay mapossess na isang graduate sa 21st century. So, meron siyang life and career skills, marunong siya sa buhay, hindi lamang puro academic. Yung academics mo would already fall under your 4 C's. Learning and innovation skills, may critical thinking siya, marunong siyang mag-communicate, mag-collaborate, and he is, of course, creative. Now, information, media, technology skills, napaka-importante na marunong siya sa computer, no? Lalo na sa time natin ngayon. And of course, these are all the things that we need to have in the 21st century. No? So the correct answer here in the question along the aim of labor for integrity, which aspect of work needs to be taught to future employers and employees? The correct answer is letter A. Okay, sa karamihan nasa YouTube natin ay tama, industry skills and orientation. Okay, industry skills and orientation po ang tamang sagot. So that's letter A. All right, now number 18. Which of the following has greatly influenced the introduction of K to 12 reform in basic education? Is it letter A, need to employ more teachers, need to conform to international standards? Letter C, need to allot more funding? Or letter D, need to upgrade facilities of schools? Okay, please send me your answer for number 18. Good evening po, Sir Rodolph Peñaridondo. He used to be one of our employees sa StudyLink when we were first starting, no? So, isa siya sa mga nag-spearhead din when we started StudyLink Review and Tutorial Center. Maraming salamat po, Sir Rodolph. And of course, right now, he's already a licensed professional teacher. He's an English teacher. Okay, thank you for watching our live stream tonight, Sir Rodolph. If you want to become a judge, just send me a message. No? Pwede po kayo mag-judge sa ating acquaintance party. Pwede rin po kayo maging sponsor, Sir Rudolph. I hope you're doing well in Mindanao. Okay, so Sir Rudolph said, a very smart speaker. Guys, enroll now. You won't get wrong. I am a living testimony. Thank you po, Sir Rudolph. Okay, so he used to be our student, and of course, he also used to be one of the forefathers din ng StudyLink. Nung nag-umpisa yung StudyLink talaga, isa sa mga tumulong sa amin ay si Sir Rudolph. No? Kaya on our first year pa lamang, meron kaming 7 branches ng aming Civil Service Examination na review. Okay, so 7 branches po yan sa iba-ibang bahagi sa iba-ibang LGU ng Iloilo. Dahil siya po yung nag-market talaga. Okay, number 18. Which of the following has greatly influenced the introduction of K to 12? Bakit tayo may K to 12 reform? Bakit pinalitan? Dati hanggang, ano nga tawag dati? 4th year lamang, no? 4th year lamang ng high school. Ngayon hanggang grade 12 na. Okay, so meron ka ng grade 7, 8, 9, 10 for your junior high school. And of course, we already have the senior high school grades 11 and 12. So bakit kailangan i-change ang ating K to 12? It is letter B, need to conform to international standards. Tama po yan si Ma'am Grace Flores. She said, to become globally competitive. Tama po yan. Kasi dati, pag meron tayong mga nurses na naha-hire dito sa US no, or sa ibang bahagi ng mundo, kapag galing sila ng Pilipinas, sinasabing less than 2 years yung education nila. So pinapag-aral pa sila. No? Kaya ngayon, hindi na kailangan dahil meron na tayong K to 12. Okay, so that's letter B. Number 19. Ano yung tamang sagot for number 19? Ano po yung sagot niyo for number 19? Ma'am Jonaline Amparo, sa tanong niyo po, wala na pong exam sa September, ma'am. Yung exam po natin ay nasa, probably po in March na. In March na of next year. Ay, ang ganda ng tip ni Sir Arthur sa YouTube. K to 12 is RA 10533. Para di makalimutan, i-add mo na lang silang lahat. 1 plus 0 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 equals 12. Okay, so K to 12 yan. May hugot pa ha. Ang tanong, umabot ba ang relasyon nyo ng 12 months? Maghihiwalay din kayo. Bitter Sir Arthur ha. Okay, 19. From Palawan. God bless us all. From Mary De La Cruz. Good evening po. Okay, number 19. This is the second to the last question for tonight's live stream. Okay, blind cyclist and teacher Maria Bunyan won 8th place in the able-bodied Sydney 2000 Olympics. Of the following, which is the central and fundamental quality she displayed by never thinking that blindness is an impediment to becoming a great athlete? Okay, so able-bodied siya. Able-bodied Sydney 2000 Olympics, pero kahit blind siya, ay naka-8th place siya. Is it self-belief, perseverance, dedication, passion? The correct answer here, of course, all of this are actually very good attributes, and all of these can be the correct answer. But of course, the best answer here that would already encompass everything would be letter D. That's passion. Meron siyang burning passion. Meron siyang burning desire. And so along with that passion, she believes she can do it, she perseveres, and she is dedicated to what she's doing. So passion po yung pinakatamang sagot natin dito. and that would be letter D. Okay, that is the central and fundamental quality she displayed. Okay, so it encompasses everything. Okay, so letter D po yung tamang sagot. All right, now 20, last one. What is the degree of moral certitude of Alegre, who entered into marriage only out of obedience to her parents but uncertain whether she wanted marriage at all? Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot dito? For number 20, again, this is the last item that we have. So if you are in Grow, abangan nyo po. I will be posting these questions later, as well as the answer key, of course. If you are still not members of Grow, what are you waiting for? Magpa-member na po kayo ng Grow. If you don't know how to become a member of Grow, balikan nyo po yung live stream na to, no? At the beginning of the video, also in the end, or no, not in the end, between GenEd and ProfEd, meron po tayong explanation doon. And of course, make sure that you prepare your answer sheets. Mag-prepare na po kayo ng answer sheets nyo para the next Saturday po. Remember, next Saturday, 7 p.m., not this coming Saturday, but in the following Saturdays po, 7 p.m., ay magla-livestream po tayo ng questions only, recorded. There's no need for you to send your answers as comments. You need to do the shading to practice your shading. Wala pong replay, so kailangan po nandiyan kayo for our live stream. And of course, still, on a Sunday, we are going to be discussing. And so our aim is for you to improve your scores and of course for you to become part of our top 10. Now, for you to be a part of our top 10, again, kailangan po nakapost yung answers nyo doon sa ating may date na September 5. Post your answers here. Doon po dapat nakapost yung answers nyo so that we can validate later kung ano yung sino yung nakapasok sa top 10 natin. Okay? So again, that's for our live streams this September. But of course, don't forget that in the coming weekend, next weekend, we are going to have our online acquaintance party with the t-shirt design contest, spoken poetry, singing, and TikTok dance challenge. So if you haven't joined yet, mag-join na po kayo, magpalista kayo because we are going to have cash prizes. Okay, now we have the different types of moral certitude here. Meron na din ito sa inyong Grow, no? Nandun na din ito sa Grow. You have lax. The first one is lax conscience that tends to follow the easy way and to find excuses for mistakes. Okay, so lax ka, you're always just relax. Relax ka lang, no? You always tend to follow the easy way. Ang doubtful naman, this one is someone who suspends judgment on the lawfulness of an action and therefore the action should be omitted. Hindi ka sigurado, that's doubtful, okay? That's doubtful. Hindi mo siya ginajudge as it happens, okay? Later ka na mag-judge, sabi mo, hayaan mo na. Now, yung probable mo, wala po tayong ganyan. The last one here would be your certain type of conscience, no? Certain degree of moral certitude, and that would be subjective assurance of the lawfulness or unlawfulness of certain actions to be done or not to be admitted. So ito yung mga taong siguradong-sigurado. Sila yung mga sabing, trust me, kaya to, maganda to, or trust me, huwag mo siyang piliin, maluloko yan, okay? So lax again, wala kang pakialam, you don't really care. Doubtful, you're not sure, so hindi ka na-judge, you're just waiting for whatever happens. And certain, of course, siguradong-sigurado ka sa iyong choice. And the correct answer here, dahil sabi nga dito, he or she entered into marriage only out of obedience. She's not certain, she's uncertain. And the correct answer, of course, would be letter B, doubtful. Okay, doubtful po ang tamang sagot. Alright, so doubtful is the correct answer. That would be the correct answer. Ma'am, may question dito, Sir Igano Caloy. Saan makukuha yung shading? Nandun po sa ating Gurong Pinoy Facebook page. Hanapin niyo po sa mga post doon, especially sa post on the schedule for September. Nawawala na ba kayo ng signal? Okay, so we will be checking. Please send me your score for both total of score out of 40. Okay, so I see some of the scores being posted on YouTube, may 33 out of 40, 34 out of 40, 35. Make sure na nakapost po yung inyong sagot nandun sa Facebook so that you can be part of our top 10. Pag hindi pa po, next time po, dapat i-pinost nyo po doon. Alright, so again, that ends this weekend's discussion. remember again on Saturday, no, I'll be posting it later. The mechanics and also the names of the contestants that we have for our acquaintance party. Please don't fail to join so that we can have more fun. Okay, we also want to see you and would also want to have interactions with you. And of course, in the following weekend, we are still going to have our live stream. All right. So, but before we end tonight, we are first going to have our closing prayer still by Ma'am Eunice Carvajal. Okay, so I invite all of you to please join our closing prayer po.
Magandang gabi sa bawat isa. Ngayong natapos na tayo na i-discuss yung mga items, we hope na natuto tayo sa ating mga naging pagkakamali kahapon. And samahan niyo po muli ako sa panibagong panalangin at pasalamatan din natin ang ating Diyos na nagbigay ng araw na to para muling matuto sa pamamagitan ni Ma'am Mick. Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa panibago na namang kaalaman na meron kami kanina lang. And we pray na yung mga natutunan po namin ngayon ay hindi po namin malimutan at mas maging seryoso po kami sa paghahanda namin para sa nalalapit na let. Lord, salamat sa lahat ng biyaya kagaya ng ginawa naming pagpapasalamat sa iyo kanina. Sa buong linggong ito, sa mga papasok po sa trabaho at sa mga nasa tahanan, ay panatilihin niyo nga rin po kaming ligtas at maging maingat sa araw-araw, lalo na sa mga lumalabas, nagtitake ng risk para mabuhay ang aming pamilya. Salamat po sa pagkakataon din na magkaroon ng kasiyahan sa susunod na linggo. We pray na sa mga paghahanda na gagawin para sa aming acquaintance party, continue to bless those who will sponsor and help us, Panginoon, na magkaroon ng quality time with each other sa kalagitnaan po ng pagre-review din po namin. Thank you for Gurong Pinoy for providing us na mga materials for the next let, and we pray na makatulong po ito ng malaki lalo sa amin personally at di po namin sayangin yung pagkakataon na binibigay po sa amin. Lord, muli maraming salamat sa buhay ng mga bumubuo sa Gurong Pinoy, sa family ni Ma'am Meg at sa lahat, Panginoon, ng mga tao na patuloy na tumutulong sa amin. Salamat po sa lahat ng biyaya mo at we are expecting that you will do more great things for our lives this month. This we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Alright, so again, atin pong pinasasalamatan si Ma'am Eunice Carvajal for preparing our opening as well as the closing prayer for tonight's live stream. Okay, so that ends our night. Remember to send all your scores and we are going to validate them. Make sure that you have posted them on our Facebook page, no? Yung kahapon nating post. Okay, so good night, everyone. We'll see each other again on Saturday, but this time we are going to have just fun. Wag muna tayo magpaka-stress sa ating let, no? Kalimutan muna natin yung preparation for the let because we are going to have fun on Saturday. And of course, you are going to have a chance to win cash prizes. All right? So I'll see you on Saturday for our first online acquaintance party. Sa muli, ito po ang inyong Gurong Pinoy na nagsasabing maliit man na butil ng mga kaalaman, ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawaan. Maraming salamat po. Good night! Ingat po kayo dyan. Kita-kita po tayo sa Sabado. Bye!